Serenity is one of the secret successes of my channel. It's a simple 2x2 base design that turns from a starter into a main base. Thanks to its roof stability bunker, the core eventually is protected from 27 rockets. This bunker has been around since 2018, so it should be compatible with console rust. Coming with a shooting floor and roof defenses, you get a simple, yet tough and complete main base for solos, duos, and maybe trios. When I made version 1, I focused on the build itself, but not so much on efficient space usage. Nonetheless, the video is going towards 500,000 views. Thus, I thought it's time to bring you version 2. The base starts out as an L-shaped starter unit. It provides an early opportunity to seal that starter with a bunker, boosting your survivability early on. A second floor and a bit of Honeycomb turns this bunkered starter into a viable main base. If you want a small, affordable main base which solely focuses on offline raid protection, leave it at that. Otherwise, you have the option to extend it into a complete main base by adding more Honeycomb, adding a shooting floor with a bedroom at its core, and adding roof defenses and even an optional minicopter hangar. I try to do my best not to use any building technique that might get patched in the near future, so that your time invested in learning this build is worth it. Nonetheless, Facepunch sometimes patches the most unlikely things. If that happens, I'll note this in the pinned comment that you should find at the top of the comment section. My recommendation, as always, is to practice building the base on a build server before using it in-game. On to the build. This is the footprint, a standard double honeycomb 2x2. Note how one of the triangle foundations is raised. We start with just the squares. Locate the square that had the raised triangle to its left. Start with a 1x1 there. Place the TC into that corner. Otherwise, use that space for small boxes. Extend the base by 1 square. Use it for furnaces and sleeping bags. Extend the base into the L-shaped starter. The third square contains the workbench and the research table. Do not upgrade the foundation of the last square. Go to the other side of the TC room. Place an upgraded foundation and a wooden floor tile at half height. With metal fragments cooking, replace the wooden doors with sheet metal ones. Turn the TC into a main loot room. I'll link the tutorial on how to build this loot room in the description. The triangle shelf is attached to the wooden floor tile that we placed earlier. If the triangle does not place, check whether any object is in the way. Counterintuitively, this can include sleeping bags and sleepers lying on the ground. This concludes the starter unit. Next, we build the roof exit as preparation for the bunker. To the right of the exit, as seen from the outside, add a foundation and a wooden floor tile at half height as a jump up into the base. Don't forget that, or you won't be able to use the core as efficiently as possible. The foundation straight ahead of the exit must be raised, otherwise you will not be able to place the bunker roof. Upgrade it and cap it off with half walls. To the left of it, add a triangle and enclose it with walls. No worries about the soft side of this wall being exposed. Exit the base by placing stairs onto the twig foundation. Place a door above the entrance to the core. Then surround the 2 squares with walls. Protect that second square with another double door. To protect yourself from door campers, install a shotgun trap in the utility room as soon as you find one. This will turn your base into a makeshift trap base. The idea of a stability bunker is that you close it when you leave the base for an extended period of time, such as when you go offline. To that end, place a square roof onto the twig foundation and upgrade the roof to stone. This seals the entrance to the base. The advantage of this bunker is that you can seal it from the outside as well as the inside of the base, which is where you want to be when you log off. To unseal the bunker, you need to spawn inside of the core. Take a tool and destroy the foundation. The roof will collapse and unseal the bunker. Replace the twig foundations and the stairs. Don't worry about the exposed soft side of this wall. As soon as the roof touches that wall, it no longer registers as soft side. Before you can use the bunker effectively, we need to take care of one weakness. The twig foundation is still sticking out. At these corners, it can be damaged from the outside, which would provide raiders with a cheap opportunity to open up the bunker seal. To counter that, place foundations here. The twig, even though still sticking out, no longer takes splash damage. Consider upgrading the foundation and the one underneath the jump up to metal to prevent raiders from easily destroying those foundations with tools. Another thing you can do is upgrade the foundation to wood, as wood does not stick out like twig does. In this case, however, you must keep tools in the base to destroy the foundation. 2 machetes should suffice. The base can now effectively be sealed. To make the bunker more impactful, start upgrading the base. The ceiling should be upgraded to armored as soon as you can. The triangles adjacent to the twig foundation as well. As soon as you get garage doors, replace all double doors. It now makes sense to upgrade this wall to sheet metal. Add honeycomb around the base. Upgrade the inner half wall on top of the raised foundation to sheet metal before closing it in. Attach the base of the floor tiles to the outer walls, otherwise they can be affected by splash damage. You will need a new jump up, which can be as simple as a half wall placed onto this extra triangle. Alternatively, already create the final jump up. Upgrade those 2 foundations to sheet metal. Add a triangle to the left and a square to the right. I almost forgot to upgrade the walls before closing them off. Add a roof ramp in this orientation. The base should look like this. Next, let's work on the second floor. Opposite of the entrance to the bunker, place 2 garage and 2 single doors. Add a wall between the 2 single doors, and a window or a shop front between the single and the garage door. Otherwise, surround the second floor with walls. Before you close in anything, upgrade the floor tiles to sheet metal. On the back of that second square, add a floor tile at half height. Add 2 more walls protecting the room next to the bunker entrance. Place a floor frame above this square for the roof exit. For the ceiling, otherwise use sheet metal for the squares and stone otherwise. Close off the back of the roof exit square and add a floor tile at half height. The floor tile and the walls around that square should be sheet metal. Above the floor frame, add a roof exit with a half-height floor tile above it. Eventually, upgrade it to sheet metal as well. Add boxes onto the half-height floor tile. Add a second square to have an airlock. Guard the drop down with shotgun traps. Make sure you have garage doors on all sides here. Head back into the core to complete it. Eventually, aim at having the core of the base fully armored, but don't stress about this. Start with sheet metal, and as high quality metal becomes abundant, work your way from the TC room bit by bit towards the bunker. Once you upgraded the core, you should also upgrade the bunker roof to sheet metal. Place your tier 3 workbench against this wall. A locker fits next to it. You can place up to 3 sleeping bags in front of it. The space in front of the bunker can hold more boxes. Remove the shotgun trap, place 2 large and 2 small boxes on the ground. Then add a triangle floor against that former jump up. Add another 2 large and 1 small boxes on top. Replace the shotgun trap and feel free to add a second one. Head back upstairs to complete the second floor. Next to the exit, we add a windowed loot room. Take the window out when you come online and add it back when you go offline. The square next to the bunker entrance becomes another loot room. Thanks to the embedded floor tile, you can add a shelf like this. Its walls need to be upgraded to sheet metal eventually. The second floor walls above the bunker entrance need to be sheet metal too. The jump up can hold 3 furnaces. The space below it can be used for utility items. Should you get the ladder hatch blueprint, place one above the bunker entrance so that it's easier to access that loot room. The research table fits between the 2 garage doors that lead to the exit. Head outside to work on the Honeycomb. Upgrade the foundations and the outer walls to sheet metal. If you're looking for a strong budget base, leave it at that. In this configuration, the base should be a 23 rocket raid. If you intend to build the full base, let's upgrade it to make it even stronger. On each corner, add triangle honeycomb to the left side and a square with a roof to the right side. The roof needs to be placed last, or it may block the placement of adjacent foundations. If you feel comfortable with electricity, those long triangles are ideal for auto turret pods. Place a few barricades around the base to prevent door campers from hiding in the shadows of the walls. To prevent this triangle in front of the exit from becoming a door camper's haven, rotate a shotgun trap with the R key and attach it so that it points downwards. For the shooting floor, extend the roof exit into a 2x2 with 2 exits. Distribute beds and lockers for quick response. You can even deploy a mixing table against that wall. Again, we use the simple shooting floor design with outer peak downs. Add a wall frame as a stabilizer onto the lone triangles. Then add the peak downs. For better stability of the shooting floor, consider upgrading all floor tiles to sheet metal. On 2 sides, add an extra triangle to the center. Surround the perimeter with windows. Use a mix of embrasures and glass. Cover the gaps with open doors. Use siren lights to prevent other gamers from squeezing through the crack. Add extra doorways to improve the stability of the roof. Optionally, add doors to section off the shooting floor. Above those protruding triangles, add triangle floor frames. Otherwise, close off the shooting floor. Use a ladder to get onto the roof. From those corners, place triangle roofs to serve as ramps. For the console version, try square roofs or use a furnace as jump up instead. Above, create roof exits. Guard them with shotgun traps. We're using roof ramps because bodies will slide down into the core, where you can retrieve the loot safely, be it from your own body or the body of a raider. Version 2 of the Serenity also comes with roof defenses. Above the triangle peak downs, place triangle roofs. Those gaps can be filled with roof-covered peak downs. On the console version, you need to experiment a bit with alternatives. I recommend to try square roofs. If you ever obtain a minicopter, feel free to add another 2x1 as minicopter hanger on top. Once you land it, hold the crouch key to drive it into the hangar. Try to have at least one auto turret on the roof. It can be run from a solar panel and a small battery. This completes the main base. One thing I would always recommend to add to any base is external TCs. External TCs prevent raiders from easily griefing the base. The second advantage is that on the arms of the external TCs you can build gatehouses, which allows you to surround the rest of the base with high external walls. Oh, and one last thing. GameLights recently shared that this raised foundation can be hit from the outside, saving raiders up to 4 rockets. The simple counter is to place a floating wall frame here. It looks terrible, but until Face Punch addresses the issue, this works. As always, I hope you found this video helpful. Take care, Evil Wurst, out.